Uber has faced many challenges in its quest to thrive. Right from the beginning, the company had to deal with strict regulations by transport departments, lawsuits, and sometimes being completely banned from certain countries. In all these, the company rose up to the task in diverse ways. Uber is now operating in over 72 countries and over 10,500 cities worldwide. Today, its services has expanded from just booking cars to numerous deliveries and rentals. It is simply the company taking mobility as a service to a whole new level. This is the story of Uber, the transport company that owns no vehicle. The idea actually began in Paris in 2008 when Garrett Camp and his friend Travis Kalanick were attending an annual tech conference called Le Web. The idea came to mind one winter night when the friends couldn't get a ride to the conference. So it occurred to them, what if we could request a ride from our phones? The two friends were successful business gurus. Garrett Camp is a Canadian billionaire entrepreneur who founded a series of companies including Stample Upon, which was a discovery advertisement engine that pushes web content recommendation to its users. This company was acquired by eBay for $75 million in 2007. Travis Cordell Kalanick, on the other hand, is an American businessman who co-founded a peer-to-peer content delivery network called Red Swoosh. It was also sold in 2007 for $19 million. So this wonderful idea was a great opportunity presenting itself to two great minds. After the encounter in Paris, they returned to their respective lives, but little did they know that the idea of ordering a ride from the phone would soon bring them together once more. While Garrett Camp was in San Francisco, he continued thinking about the idea, and with the name Uber coming to mind, he decided to buy the domain name ubercab.com. Upon several conversations with Travis, a potential success was identified, and both businessmen came together once again. With great experience and great command of the world of business and internet, the idea of Uber came to fruition. This was something that was about to change the transport industry forever. The company was officially founded in 2009. Garrett Camp and Travis hired a driver for $800, which was considered costly. They worked hard, critically analyzing their business model to embark on a cost reduction approach for direct transportation. They realized that the cost could be reduced if it is shared with people. This is how the ideal business model was arrived at. The two came together and created a prototype that would suit their business model. And by February 2010, they were ready to try it out in the real world. A job vacancy was posted on Twitter, and right away, a man called Ryan Graves responded. They took him in and made him the general manager, and after some time, Ryan Graves became the CEO of the company. It was definitely not going to be easy to immediately outcompete the traditional taxis, but they gave it a try. Right from the onset, the business became an unending battle for survival. Taxi cabs were on their necks, and city regulation didn't spare the company at all. It was lawsuit after lawsuit. They continued pursuing their goals and finding ways possible to better their services. In 2010, major updates were made on their app, and beta testing followed right away. By May 2010, the app was ready for the market. Even though this was a great update, it wasn't received well by taxi cabs. These controversies influenced a name change from UberCab to Uber. Even though the service looked convenient, the prices, however, were about 1.5 times that of a taxi. The company began looking at these concerns and gradually tailored the firm towards a price reduction goal. After an in-depth market research, Uber launched a new service in Chicago that allowed users to request a regular taxi or an Uber driver through the mobile app. The only problem was that most of the vehicles were luxurious and expensive, which was a barrier to the growth of the company. In July 2012, the company introduced a new service called UberX. This was a cheaper option that allowed drivers to use non-luxurious vehicles, including their personal vehicles, subject to a background check, insurance, registration, and vehicle standards. It was the game changer, making expansionary measures and acceptance into various markets very easy. In the space of 5 years, the company was operating in 35 cities. In December 2013, USA Today named Uber its Tech Company of the Year. In less than a year, Uber launched a shared transport service in San Francisco Bay Area, and this was very successful, encouraging them to launch it in other cities as well. In August 2014, an industry was booming, and it was the food delivery service. The world had gradually become a digital space where consumer behavior has drastically shifted from consumers searching for products to producers reaching out to consumers. To enter such lucrative space, Uber Eats was launched. This is an online food ordering and delivery platform where meals are delivered by couriers using cars, scooters, bikes, or even on foot. Uber Eats is operational in over 3,000 cities across 45 countries, establishing the company as a dominant force in the food delivery industry. In June 2020, Uber announced a partnership agreement which will enable them to manage an on-demand high-occupancy vehicle fleet for Martin Transit, a public bus agency in Martin County, California. This partnership was a software licensing and delivery model in which Uber software was licensed on a subscription basis and was centrally hosted. Also in July, Uber partnered with its majority-owned corner shops to launch an Uber grocery delivery service in Latin America, Canada, Miami, and Dallas. This was followed by an acquisition of Postmates, a food delivery service which was founded in 2011 and offers local delivery of restaurant-prepared meals and other goods. In May 2022, the company formed a partnership with Italy's largest taxi dispatcher called IT Taxi. This partnership was very key in Uber expanding its coverage in Italy. With fuel prices going up and many organizations advocating for greener technologies, Uber has also joined in this direction. On September 19, 2022, Uber announced that its fleet of vehicles in developed countries and regions such as Europe, Japan, South Korea, the United States, and Canada will be 100% all-electric vehicles by 2030 due to climate change. This means that by 2030, drivers in these developed countries will not be allowed to use fossil-fueled vehicles for Uber rides. Uber is undoubtedly the biggest mobility-as-a-service provider company in the world. It has operations in over 72 countries and 10,500 cities as of 2022. It has taken the delivery and transport industry to a whole new level. Since July 2020, Uber has been operating a river transport service through Thames Clippers. The service on the river has been branded as Uber Boat by Thames Clippers, which is due to a sponsorship deal Uber has with the company. At present, they transport around 10,000 passengers daily on average. This is Uber taking its services to an extraordinary level. The company has, however, not been free of criticisms, scandals, and conspiracies. They have been accused of overriding city regulations many times, resulting in lawsuits and trials with some countries totally banning the service. This has revealed many dark sides of certain tech companies in the world, which we will get into in another video. With this notwithstanding, you cannot ignore how big and fast Uber has grown over the past years. In the second quarter of 2022, Uber had 122 million monthly active users worldwide, and generates an average of 21 million trips per day. A company with such a business trend is no joke. The company has indeed persevered to get to where it is today. This is Uber, the mobility service company that owns no vehicle. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. This has been Bernard and you've been watching Ben Express. Kindly subscribe for more.